The most lucid hesitation rolls noisily across the desk. It pierces through the ambiguity without hesitation, like the hands of a clock waking up at dawn, a misunderstanding that is too precise. The silence that blooms without words being unraveled is an intuition pretending to be reason, a sign pretending to be fact, the fugitive destination of someone who left behind the words, "That's all right." Clear contradictions are always played on the cuff. It is as if something that should not be seen is killed at the edge of sight. It is clearly a distinct coiling, a ribbon of disconnection that remains unraveled, untied, and neatly bound. It is like a sincere illusion, an ironic imitation of the truth. I make it clear, yet smooth and sleek. It is not ignorance, it is not forgiveness. Just a way of leaning back, as if to leave the whole spiral to the wind. I do not muddy the surface of logic, even a drop, but only hide my conviction gently behind my back. It is too clear to be seen. Like clear water that does not reflect the bottom because of its transparency, a coiling coil may be just a lack. It is just a missing ambiguity that should be clearly present in the gaps of a puzzle in which everything is too well aligned. The small feelings that have been brushed off the sleeve are twisted again in the palm of the hand, forming a circle in an invisible place. Inside that circle is something unspoken. Contradictions shine because they are contradictions. Just as shadow and light travel in the same position, a definite coiling does not have to be the answer. Reason used to be straight, with a beautiful refraction. In the honesty of its curves, one saw the illusion of a straight line. The ambiguous clarity of touching, not stroking, not brushing, but daring to brush. Emotion is a form of wind that chooses not to choose in this way. It is so clear that it stubbornly refuses to be released, curled up in a place that can only be described as here. It is a premonition of words that are not chewed in the throat, but bubble up in the depths of our thoughts. But that too much visibility paradoxically blinds the eye. When light is too pure, it loses its shadow. That is why people live in ambiguity, clad in unknowability, and entrusting it to their mouths. It is precisely because it is clear that it cannot be solved. Because it is visible, we overlook it. This coiling is surely a form of will. Like a garment worn with the seam turned inside out, it is an awkward, sincere, and deceptive life. I have decided to wear ambiguity. The coiling coils that stir in the depths of my heart are like an elegant secret hidden in the sleeve. Like a melody quietly spinning my will, clear contours and vague boundaries breathe together on the layers of existence. The viewer's consciousness, like a sleeve swaying in the wind, catches the interplay of soft yet sharp sensations and gently receives the mystery that dwells in each coiled line in a clear form, as if it were a sleeve, and fragments of distant memories and premonitions of the future intertwine, appearing as an orderly yet complex coiled line. It is like a play of light and shadow, a law of nature that is constantly being reborn, clear and yet deeply melancholy. Coiling is something that should be kept secret. It is something that survives without being named, with a formless weight, seething in the depths of our hearts. But this was different. It was not a mystery that he wished to be understood, but a fact that he clearly stated he did not want to be understood. There is nothing more difficult to deal with than a contradiction that calls itself, "I am a contradiction." It exists not to be solved, but to be defied. When one looks at it clearly, the coiling begins to take shape in proportion to the sharpness of one's gaze. Entanglements should not be dissolved. Even if it is clear in words, it is still unclear at the root of thought. Such clear chaos sometimes makes people feel at ease. It is not ignorance, but a careful shifting of position, to keep it in the corner of one's vision and weave it into the other side of words. This is because it is a proof of absence that cannot be avoided, a subtle sense of discomfort with a world too well understood, and a final resistance to understanding everything. As if to strike at the root of existence, the secret held in the sleeves is a momentary glimmer that reveals one's will, and at the same time, it is an afterimage of a memory that is being lost. This clear coiling is a play of cold truth in the name of clarity and soft chaos. The sensibility wanders between the two, and the clear lines carve an ancient cipher. Everything seems to be ordered with a sense of space, and the contradictions stirring behind it play an exquisite harmony that even brings a sense of nostalgia